Hi, it's the M.L.M for the Soul channel. I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I would just like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. And some people who have inspired me, I hope they can inspire you as well. And I will have links below this video to their sites. They are Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Rabbi Alon Anava, Rabbi Yuval Ovadia, Rav Daniel Asor, Nisan Baruch Black, David Sachs, Rabbi Michael Skobach, Jews for Judaism, Rabbi David Usher, and Rabbi Yaron Ruvain. And as well, if you've never checked out this channel before, then I will also have a link below to my first video where you can find out what M.L.M means, what it stands for, and what I'm doing. So today's topic is called Sincerity in your service to Hashem. So I've used this one particular, I guess, Sefer you could call for a while, called לשמור ולעשות by Rabbi Mordechai Katz. I don't know if you can see that. It's this light. So I didn't realize that there's a series of actually 3 books. There's also לשמור ולעשות, and I forget what the third one is. So I have this one, לשמור ולעשות, which I just got. So I will have a link below also to this book, so you can check out where you can get it. I forget what the third one is. I think it might say in here, that other title. Let me see. It says in here, let me see. It says, לשמור ולהבין ולהשכיל. Sorry, that's the one. So when it's לשמור ולעשות, means to observe and to do the law. So what this is it's a guide to the basic principles of Jewish law and their applications in theory and in practice. So I just had the idea for a topic from this particular portion where it was talking about prayer, so about your sincerity in service to Hashem. So I'm going to read from here. So this particular topic, so what it is they talk about different halachos, different Jewish laws, and then underneath they give like interesting stories, just like they do in the לשמור ולעשות. So this one's called The Ultimate Prayer, so I'm going to read it and I might paraphrase some of it. So this was talking about, it was 6:30 in the evening and the shul was already filled to capacity. Old men were with flowing white beards, young children in their Yom Tov finders, I guess this is during Yom Tov. All had wished to be on time for the start of the Yom Tov davening. Soon the town's spiritual leader, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, I assume that's Rabbi Levi Yitzchak from Barditcher, but I could be wrong, it just doesn't say. So they knew that he'd enter and the service would begin. So Rabbi Levi Yitzchak had been the town's leader for over 30 years. And he was recognized far and wide as a great Torah scholar and a man of impeccable righteousness. People from all over the world would come to the town seeking Rabbi Levi Yitzchak blessing and advice. The wise men of the town would often say that there was much more to Rabbi Levi Yitzchak than they realized. And they said that he spent hours on end in seclusion delving into the secrets of the Torah. And they spoke to him as an angel, clothed in human features, meaning he was like that. So then now it goes on that it was 6:45, and the davening was already 5 minutes late in starting, and Rabbi Levi Yitzchak was usually on time. Well, the people thought he's probably preparing his mind and soul for the special Yom Tov prayers. He certainly wouldn't keep the congregation waiting too long. He never did. But then it became 7:15. So some people were getting restless, and it certainly was unlike Rabbi Levi Yitzchak to keep the people waiting, so was something wrong. They had someone check to see if Rabbi Levi Yitzchak was in good health. The custodian ran to his room and quietly peeked through the keyhole. There sat Rabbi Levi Yitzchak, wrapped in his towel, swaying slowly to and fro, and he seemed to be healthy. So what could be keeping him? Perhaps he had become so engrossed in his preparation that he lost track of time. Should they go in and remind him that everyone was waiting? Was there a volunteer who dared enter Rabbi Levi Yitzchak's room? People decided to wait a few more minutes, and then it was now 7:35. Something must be wrong. Avram the baker volunteered. He would knock on the door and ask the rabbi what was the matter. He began to make his way towards Rabbi Levi Yitzchak's room. Suddenly there was a hush in the shul. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak was coming. The people returned to their seats and waited for Rabbi Levi Yitzchak to give some sort of indication as to what had delayed him. To everyone's surprise, he said nothing. He simply nodded his head for the services to start. After the prayers were concluded, the people lined up to wish Rabbi Levi Yitzchak good Yom Tov. Suddenly, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak began to make his way through the crowd and moved slowly towards the Aron Kodesh. He kissed the curtain which covered the Aron and then turned toward the congregation, ready to speak. And a hush fell over the crowd. So a good Yom Tov, my dear friends. I do not want to keep you any longer. But please allow me to take a few minutes to explain my delay tonight. So here goes the story. This is amazing. Actually, I was prepared to leave my room at 6:20. However, it was revealed to me from heaven. Of course, he was a great man. It must have been Rabbi Asor that it was important that our davening be delayed. You see, there was a man in this town who did not come to shul tonight. He was never taught how to read, and so he was ashamed to come here. But this man is a very pious, sincere Jew, and in Hashem's eyes, he is a great man. Tonight, this man sat in his room and cried. He said to Hashem, Hashem, I do not know how to read. I cannot pray as everyone else does. Hashem, there is one thing that I do know. I know the Aleph Beis, all 22 letters. Let the Aleph Beis be my prayer tonight. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak continued. The man stood up and slowly uttered each letter of the Aleph Beis, one by one. With each letter, the man's voice rose. He cried tears of joy as he expressed his love for Hashem by simply repeating the Hebrew alphabet over and over again. The angels of prayer realized how precious this man's prayers were and decided to offer some help. They took the letters that this man spoke and arranged them so that they formed words of prayer. Then they placed the words before the throne of Hashem. The task the angels were performing was so special that they asked for our prayers to be delayed until this man had completed his praying. Let us learn something from this story, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak concluded. One might be the simplest of men, but if one is sincere and tries to serve Hashem as best as he can, he will always listen to that man's prayer. We need not search for glory and honor in this world. It is he who is most humble and honest that is accorded the most honor in heaven. So that's hence the title for this for this video. So it just shows you that because he was so sincere and pure of heart, and he really wanted to serve Hashem in the best way he could, he did it the best way he knew how. So it's not to negate anyone. If there are some people who were born and they didn't even know they were Jewish, and when they found out, they knew just very little, or they grew up with very little, but they do it with very sincere, sincerity and very, strong intention and connection, and they really want to do it. So it's more beloved to Hashem than anything else. So it's something for us to really learn. That doesn't matter what kind of person a person is. If they are sincere, then that's what really matters to Hashem. And I hope and pray that we could all show our sincerity in our avodas Hashem, and that we will all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days and the rebuilding of our final everlasting Beis Hamikdash. Amen. And thanks for watching.